Hello there, a new Star Wars Shatterpoint video. Hello AOS fans, Robin here, and I'm back with a solo video for you. I haven't done one of these for a while. And I've been turning my head, as you may know, I'm always starting new things and trying to find new games and new ways of propelling Pete and I and the channel to super mega stardom and maybe like literally hundreds of views. Never works. We are obviously always grateful for our Warhammer Underworlds following, but I always feel like there's going to be one more game out there which will bring us to a wider audience. And I'm hoping that game will be Star Wars Shatterpoint. So much so, I've even started a Star Wars Shatterpoint blog called Hello There, Shatterpoint, which you'll be able to find a link in the description below. The reason for doing this is that I'm hoping with a bit of focus when the game lands, I will actually know a bit about it and be ready to go. And I've got something to focus my thoughts in the build-up, and then when it hits the shelves, when I get our copy, our pre-order copy, which we'll be talking about in a minute, when I get our pre-order copy, I can paint it up as fast as I can. Pete and I can play some games. Hopefully, it's a really good game. We kind of did play some Marvel Crisis Protocol, but I think we kind of missed the boat and we were a bit too far behind to catch up. So I'm hoping we get in on the ground floor, and you know, the sky's the limit. Pete is mercilessly taking the mickey out of me because I'm always saying this, and obviously we never quite hit the stratosphere. Anyway, enough of that. So the title of this video, sort of, and certainly the piece that I'm doing on my blog, is called Not Another Pre-Order Hot Take. Now, in the build-up to this, there's been lots of complaints, lots of discussion, most of it positive, but got a number of complaints about the pre-order and the price and the fact that AMG, the designers and the makers of the game, haven't put a lot of information out there about how the game works and how it's going to play, and lots of people are saying, I don't see why they should expect me to pre-order it if they haven't shown me the gameplay, and I shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do it either. Well, to a point, they've got a point, because if they don't want to order it because they can't see the rules, then they shouldn't order it. What seems to have been forgotten is that nobody is forcing them to pre-order it, and this is the thing with Games Workshop pre-orders, AMG pre-orders, FFG pre-orders, any game pre-orders. You don't have to order it when it's pre-ordered. I know we all have that desperate geek FOMO where we're really worried that something won't be available. And then in the past, I think there's been, certainly during the COVID times, there's some justification for that. GW were particularly bad at it with a couple of releases. AMG have been pretty good. There was some scarcity during COVID of certain things I wanted for Marvel Crisis Protocol, but actually now availability seems to be fine across the board for most things, and Legion as well. I don't tend to buy Legion very often these days. So really, all you're really saying, if you pre-order it, you're saying I want to be in on day one. And if you're not sure whether you want to be on day one, you don't have to be. I think we feel like we do have to be, but you don't have to be. Just wait and see. Wait until they've released more gameplay videos. They'll probably do that before the pre-order window is closed. Even if they don't, I imagine that although obviously the pre-orders are very helpful for them to work out how much stock to build and make and where to put it around the globe, I imagine that box sets of this will be around for quite some time. You can still buy the Marvel Crisis Protocol box set, and I expect you'll be able to buy this for a long time. I think you can even buy the first Legion box set still, I think. I don't know 100% about that. But, you know, it's going to be around for a while, so you don't have to pre-order it. You can wait and see whether you like the rules. You can wait and see, is it going to be a carbon copy of Marvel Crisis Protocol? They've said not, and the suggestion is that it's not, but you know, maybe you don't like that, maybe you do, I don't know, but just wait. There's no hurry. So why have AMG gone on ahead with this pre-order without showing us the rules? I don't know the answer to that question, but that never stopped anybody making a YouTube video. I would say that their rules are pretty good, so they've earned a level of trust from their fan base, their Marvel Crisis Protocol fan base. Obviously, Star Wars has got a huge following, Legion's got a following, which they're now in charge of, and they've done pretty well with their rules. No company gets it right 100% of the time, but they have shown that they will modify, they will update, they will improve old models if they're not quite so good as now compared with the sort of stuff from Power Creep. So I think they're very responsive, and that I think has brought them some trust. So maybe they think, well, it doesn't really matter. We've got enough fans and enough fans of Star Wars so we can run this pre-order, we can open this pre-order without necessarily showing the deep complexity of the rules. I'm buying the set. I do want to play it, but I'm largely buying the set because I want to paint the models. I think for painters it's brilliant. I mean, I enjoy painting some of my Legion stuff, but the sort of sheer number of models on the squads and things made it prohibitive. But this is small model count, more heroes, less grunts, if you like. So that's more appealing from a painting front. So I think that a lot of people who are down for the pre-order don't really care that much about the rules because they want to paint the models. There is always a preview on AMG stuff because of the way they package their stuff with all the cards and the rules for the model. You end up paying more, I think, than you would do maybe for GW, where you can just buy the models and then the books that go with it. It kind of irritates me. I've got a lot of Legion stuff and I just basically have a pile of Legion rules and cards that I don't use because I've just painted the models, and much as I would love to, I'm never going to play. On the rules, on whether they should release the rules, I suppose digging more deeply, if you think that most of us come to this from having played GW games, and I'm not going to lie, GW games, the rules are pretty bad. Let's be honest here, but we don't care. We love the models and we just buy into that, and we just buy it anyway, regardless of what the rules are, regardless of how they work out. And then we tell everybody how great they are, even though actually they're really, really not. I know that's subjective, and I know that I am biased against GW rules, so maybe you disagree, maybe you think AOS rules are the best thing ever, but I disagree with you. But I think compared with a lot of game rules, I mean, take the rules of Stalingrad or something like that, which I know is a different beast, but the rules are just so much more elegant than the AOS rules, for example. So I don't particularly think GW rules are particularly great. Yet we all buy their products in droves, and many of us split what we play across different games. And I think, that in mind, why not just release your game? People are going to buy it because of the models. Another thing AMG must consider is Kickstarters. Games like Marvel Zombies from Call Minis or Not, or CMON, anything that they've released. I mean, the Marvel Zombie side, Kickstarter got something like $9 million dollars in pledges, and there was a $615 pledge or something that about 4,000 people signed up to. And when you do a Kickstarter, you might see a mini playthrough, and Pete and I did one recently for the Warcry Adventures, but you don't really see it in any great depth. They might describe it, but I don't know, maybe you're different to me, but reading through the rules is never the same as actually playing it and playing it in anger. The rules often change because, Kickstarter basically is a pre-order, but with just a massive long pre-order window. Rather than it being 2 or 3 months, it's actually like years. And the rules change, and then you get all this lovely plastic, which we all love, but you get this all these stretch goals, and the rules for those haven't even been written, they haven't been tested, and yet we buy those as a group, as a collective. We buy those in their millions, put millions and millions of dollars worth into that, pounds worth, dollars worth. Wherever you're from, you put your currency into it. And I would guarantee that a lot of people who complain about AMG doing this before the pre-order probably backed Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, Zombicide, Kingdom Death Monster, whatever it is, I can't remember what they're called, but all these things, and just backed it and got shed loads of plastic, which sadly a lot of it isn't even going to see the tabletop. And that's another reason not to worry too much about your rules before you release your pre-order, because frankly we're not terribly good at playing with all the toys we bought. He says, looking at Angmar Awakens behind him, which he hasn't. Well, he's opened it, but he hasn't played it yet. It is a 21st century issue. I think people buying stuff that they don't need or can't use. I always convince myself that I will use it, and then I don't, because life gets in the way. And that is a sad truth, and probably another consideration on whether AMG just go, right, bang, let's set this pre-order out. So all these things considered, I do kind of see why AMG have done it this way. The game looks cool. That's enough to bring a lot of people into it. You may disagree, and that is completely fine. At the end of the day, only you know whether you want to back this. It's a choice for you. It's across the globe. There's an inflation crisis. Times are hard, and you just may not have money to drop on a game. And you might really want to, but you just can't justify spending $165 on the game. It's going to be a little bit less than that if you look around. Check out in the links below for our affiliate with William Games. He's got a good deal on it at the moment. I don't know how long that's going to last, but there is a good deal there to be had if you live in the UK. I think he's selling it for about 120 right now as I speak. Only you know that, and I can see why it's frustrating if you can't afford it, or you definitely want to know more about the product before you commit that sort of money at the moment. But just wait, you will get to see the game, you will get to play the game in game shops. There will be videos online. Hopefully Pete and I'll do some videos online. Nobody sets out to make a game that's terrible So I kind of feel like you give AMG a bit of slack. I think the game will be good. It isn't actually going to be that long before we find out whether the rules of this game are good, bad, indifferent. There'll be lots of content providers providing the information that you need to make an informed decision about whether you buy the game. So just wait, hold on. It's going to come out. It's going to be there. You can buy it. There's no need to get so angry. It never says. I said to my kids today, it's the first day of their holidays, and they've been fighting all day. I said, shouting and yelling at each other pretty much never solved any problem. So I know it's the internet, and we're meant to just like comment with impunity and say how terrible everything is and how great our opinion is. He says, shouting out his opinion. But you know, just relax, wait and see. The game, you might be right. The rules might be terrible, and then you can say, "Oh, well, I didn't think they'd be very good," or they may be great, and you can pick it up later. But there isn't any point in getting stressed about it, is what I would say. So I hope you found this video fun, interesting. If you want to see more Shatterpoint stuff, let me know. There's not a lot of information to go out there. I am going to go through what scant information there is and try and produce another video on that. I'm very slow and very far behind. I conceived of the Shatterpoint blog and this video about a week ago, and it's finally got to sit down and do it. So if you want out-of-date, subjective opinions, then this is the place to come. And I hope you enjoyed it, whether you were a normal Age of Sigmar viewer or a new one because you've somehow found this from searching for Shatterpoint content. Do give us a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and do comment what you're looking forward to the game or why you think I'm completely wrong. Just let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon on the Age of Sigmar. Bye for now. Bye.